Okay, so this is a cell. Okay, so this is a cell. In the cell, what can you find? You can find nucleus inside it, and inside the nucleus, what will you find? You will find some chromosomes. Okay, you will find some chromosomes. So this is the chromosome. Understand? And in this chromosome, what will you find? You will find some DNA inside this. And this is the structure of chromosome. So the chromosome, these two parts, okay, these two parts as well as these two parts is known as chromatid. So this is known as chromatid, and this center is known as what? Centromere. The center one is known as a centromere. This one is known as a chromatid. And we have about what? 23 pair of chromosomes. 23 pair of chromosomes we have. In total, we have 46 number. And we have some hormones, some special hormones, that is X and Y. And X and Y, they determine what? X and Y, they determine the sex, it is male or female, like that. Understand? And XX, it means what? Females. That is, we have females, we have like 46 number of chromosomes, it is XX. And for males, there is what? X and Y chromosomes, that is the 46. Same thing for 46, and for females, you will find it XX, and for males, you will find XY. And the chromosomes are made up of what? The chromosomes are made by DNA, which is known as deoxyribonucleic acid. Understand? Deoxyribonucleic acid, which is known as DNA. And this gene, it is the basic and physical and functional unit of heredity. Understand? This gene, they are made up of DNA, and this gene, they are what? They are the foremost. You can say they are the most basic and what? They are the most basic physical and functional unit of heredity. Understand? This one. This is the DNA structure. So in the DNA, you have got a 2 polynucleotide chain. So this is a 2 polynucleotide chain, which is twisted around each other. This one, both sides. Okay, and they are double. They are double, you can see. This is the DNA. And Watson and Crick, this is the name of the two scientists who found out the model of DNA. So, Watson and Crick. Okay, so the nucleus, the DNA is made up of subunits, which is known as nucleotides. Understand? Nucleotides. And these nucleotides, they have what? They have sugar. Okay, this is sugar, this blue color, and they have what? Phosphate, this orange one, saffron one, and they have a base. So these are the subunits, of nucleotides. And in this DNA, you will find that there are 4 bases, which is adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. Understand? This one, adenine, this one, thymine, this one, cytosine is this one, guanine is this, okay, and phosphate is their backbone, you can see. In the DNA, phosphate is there. This phosphate is their backbone. And in these 4 bases, that is adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine, all these are the 4 bases which you will find in the DNA. And each base, okay, all these bases, they have different shape. All the bases, all the 4 bases, it is adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, they have their different shape. So in this nucleotide, what will you find? You will find the phosphate group, that is 5 sugar, this one, 5 sugar, that is known as deoxyribose, and you will find nitrogenous base. So this one is also the same thing that I have already discussed. The DNA, it has got 4 subunits, and they have what? Sugar, phosphate, and base. Understand? And they have some bases. It is adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. So these are the 4 bases which you will find in the DNA. And the DNA is made up of molecules which are known as nucleotides. And each nucleotide, they have what? Phosphate group, sugar group, and nitrogenous base. So this is the same thing. For nitrogenous base, adenine A, we denote it by A, capital A. Thymine, we denote it by T, capital T. Guanine, we denote it by capital G. And cytosine, we denote it by the letter C. So these are the 4 nitrogenous base which you will find. And this DNA, they also helps in what? They also helps in determining the genetic codes. Okay, so now let's talk about the cell cycle. So first, we have cells, then tissues and organs, then organ system. And the cell cycle, they are composed of interphase. This an interphase. In the interphase, what will you find? In the interphase, you will find G1, S, and G2 phase. So these are the phases which you will find in the interphase. And this, the cell cycle, they are followed by the mitotic phase and cytokinesis and also GO phase. About all this, we will discuss in the next slide. So this is the cell cycle. So in G1 phase, you will get the G1 phase and S phase and G2 phase. So all this G1, S phase and G2 phase is the interphase. Okay, it is known as the interphase. And next is what? Next is the cell division. In the cell division, also known as mitosis, what will you find? You will find prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and the last you'll find the cytokinesis. Okay, so in the eukaryotic cell, what you will find? Where nucleus is there, you will find interphase as well as what? Mitotic phase, it is the M phase. So in this interphase, what will you find? You will find that the cell, it grows and they also make a copy of the DNA. I mean the exact thing, whatever is there in the cell, they will make the exact copy whatever is there in the cell. And in this, during the mitotic phase, that is M phase, what will happen? The cell, they will separate into 2 sets. Okay, into 2 cells, they will separate it. So interphase, what will you find? The G1 phase. G1 phase, it is also known as the first gap. And what happens here in the G1 phase? The cells, they usually grows. Okay, physically, like they grows in size, and also they copies the organelles, whatever is there. And in the S phase, what will you find? In the S phase, you will find that they make the exact copy of the cells, whatever was there. Understand? They make the exact copy. We will know it more clearly if I show you the cell cycle. And in the G2 phase, what happens? In the G2 phase, the cell, they grows more. They make some proteins. Okay, they make some proteins and organelles, and also they helps. I mean, they get prepared for what? For mitosis to occur again. So all this G1, S, and G2 phase, they are known as the interphase. So first, let's talk about meiosis, stages of meiosis. So what usually occurs in this meiosis? Okay, so this is the meiosis. This is just the overview of the meiosis. So interphase here will happen. So in the interface, what will happen? It will get ready to divide the cell. I mean, it will get ready to prepare itself from the next step in the interface. And next is prophase 1. So in the prophase 1, what will happen? The chromosomes, they will become visible. Understand? And here what happens? Crossing over is usually occurring here. It usually occurs here. So this is the crossing over. Crossing over means what? They usually touch each other. This means what? Crossing over. And also the chromosomes, they becomes visible during this stage. And what will happen here in this, the nucleolus also they started disappearing. Understand? The nucleolus also they started disappearing. And also you will find that the meiotic spindle fiber forms. Means this is a spindle fiber. This is semicircular shape, right? So this is known as the semicircular shape. I mean also known as spindle fibers. Here spindle forms, and the nuclear envelope also disappears in this prophase. Next is metaphase. Metaphase 1. So in the metaphase 1 also same thing occurs like the metaphase 2 only. So what happens here? The spindle fibers, they attach to the what? They attach to the centromere. So this is the centromere, right? The middle one. These are the chromatids. So the centromere, they attach in the what? Spindle. This is a spindle fiber, and the chromosomes they aligned at the equator. This is the equator, and they aligned here. Next is anaphase 1. Anaphase 1 and anaphase 2 the same thing. So here what happens, the spindle fibers, this is the spindle fibers, they begin to shorten. I mean the size it becomes small compared to the previous phase. What was occurring, the spindle fibers they become short, and even the sister chromatids also they separate. I mean these two chromosomes they started separating from each other. Next is telophase 1. So in the telophase 1, what happens? Here the chromosomes, they separate from each other and they are at the opposite poles. Means here, this is the opposite poles, right? So they will lie at both the opposite poles. And next is cytokinesis. And in cytokinesis, what will happen? Cytokinesis, here the cell it will start division, and now one cell it will now become two cells. Okay. And next is meiosis 2. So in the meiosis 2, what will you find? You will find same thing in the prophase 2. You will find that the chromosomes they becomes visible, and here also same thing, crossing over occurs here, and the nucleolus they started disappearing, and then this is the spindle fiber. The spindle fiber also they form again, and the nuclear envelope they started disappearing. Next is phases of meiosis. So in the phases of meiosis, what will you find? That is in the meiosis 2, metaphase 2, what will you find? You will find that the spindle fibers, so this is the spindle fibers, they will attach to the centromere. So this is the centromere, they will attach to both sides and aligned at the equator. So this is the equator, so they will line here. Understand? Next is anaphase 2. Anaphase 2, same thing will happen. The spindle fibers, this is the spindle fibers, they will start shortening. The length will be small in size and it will become small. And this is the sister chromatid, they will start separating from each other. And next is telophase 2. So in the telophase 2, what happens? You will find that the sister chromatid, so this is the sister chromatid, they will be completely at the opposite pole from each other. And here the next is cytokinesis. So in the cytokinesis, what will you find? You will find that it will become now four cells. This one. Two cells were there. It's not in the meiosis one. Two cells were there. So those two cells, they will start separating, and at the end, it will become four cells. One, two, three, four. So this is about meiosis. So now let's see about mitosis. So this is a mitosis. So in the mitosis, what happens? G1 phase, then S phase, and G2 phase. You will find as the interphase. And this one, all these are known as the mitosis. It is a prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis. All these are mitosis. So in the G1 phase, what happens? Growth and doubling of organelles happens. I mean, the growth and the increment of the organelles occurs here. And in the S phase, what will you find? You will find the DNA replication, means exact carbon copy of the DNA you will find. And in the G2 phase, what will you find? You will find that growth and preparation for mitosis. I mean, they will get ready for the next step. So this is what happens in the mitosis. Interphase this one, prophase this, metaphase this, anaphase, and telophase. So interphase we can also known as the resting, the resting state. And here what will you find in the interphase? The cell, they will double in size. Understand? It will become double than the previous one. And you will find that the cell, the DNA, they will replicate. They will copy the exact copy from the previous cell. And the organelles inside the cell also, they become double. And the DNA condense into chromatin tetrad-like coil. And this is the DNA. They will coil around each other. Okay. Next is prophase. So in the prophase, what will you find? Chromosomes are condensed and thickened. Means they become thick. They become large in size. This is the chromosome. And the centrioles, this is the centrioles, they move to the opposite poles. Understand? This is the centriole, so they will move to both the opposite poles. And centrioles, what will they do? They will provide attachment for spindle fibers. They will start functioning and they will form the spindle fibers, the centrioles. Next is metaphase. So in the metaphase, what will you find? These chromosomes, they will come towards the center of the cell. And this center of the cell, or this center area, it is also known as equatorial plate. Equatorial plate, this metaphase. In this metaphase. Next is anaphase. So in the anaphase, what will happen? These two chromatids, they will move apart from each other. Understand? From each other, both sides, and they will separate from each other, and they will become V-shaped. Okay, and there will also be equal separation. Next is telophase. So in the telophase, what will happen? These two chromosomes, they reach at the poles of the center of the cell, this one, and the spindle fibers, they disappear, and what happens here in the telophase? It will be followed by the cytokinesis, and after that, there will be separation of the cells. Okay, is it clear? I hope it's clear to you because I've already discussed about the cell on the very first day when I was taking classes in the very beginning. This is just a revision class. Is it clear? Some students they don't know the timing or what. Baba Anyam also just now she joined. I've already sent this link at what time? 11:12. Yeah, now another student now, Rohan. I have already sent him the link at 11:12 and now you all are joining. It's already 11:35. What happened? Why did you join late, Rohan? Tell me the reason. Taba Anyam also. Why did you join late? I won't give you attendance. If unless and until you tell me your reason, I won't give you attendance. Tell me what's your problem? You say
Ma'am, my network was not good, ma'am. I can't connect it. I was trying from so long time.
you were trying from so long. In the previous class, I didn't see you, but
Yes, ma'am. Previous class I was not there.
previous class you were not there. Okay, I'll give you absent then. Anatomy, right? Now it's physiology. Okay, Taba
Yes, ma'am.
Anyam, what's your problem? Why did you join late? Why did you join late? Tell me, I'm asking something.
Ma'am, network problem.
Same network problem.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know why, but I can't believe you all anymore. In the previous class, were you there, Taba Anyam? Yes. In the previous class, you were there or not? Anatomy class.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so did you understand everyone?
Ma'am.
Okay then. That's all for today's class. Thank you.